Hello everyone, welcome back to Real Literature and Random Videos by Neha Sultana. आज के इस वीडियो में हम देखेंगे क्रिटिकल थ्योरी का जो हमारा सिलेबस है सेकेंड सेम के लिए, उसमें कि फर्स्ट तो नहीं, उसमें कि एक टॉपिक है पोएटिक्स, ये वाली टॉपिक अरिस्टोटल अरिस्टोटल का टेक्स्ट है पोएटिक्स, इसको देखेंगे। इसके नोट्स हैं, ये नोट्स अपलोड कर रहा हूँ और साथ में वो टेक्स्ट को पढ़ूँगी भी मैं। अगर इस वीडियो पर अगर 50 कमेंट्स अगर आते हैं तो इसका एक्सप्लेनेशन भी करूँगी मैं। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं। वीडियो स्टार्ट करने से पहले मैं ये कहना चाहती हूँ, अगर आप चैनल पर न्यू हो तो सब्सक्राइब करिए, लाइक करिए, शेयर करिए, कमेंट करिए। पोएटिक्स अरिस्टोटल, उसके बाद इंट्रोडक्शन है। Aristotle's Poetics is believed to have been written around 335 BCE. Aristotle's Poetics is a famous work that explores the art of storytelling, particularly in the context of ancient Greek theatre. In simple terms, it's like a guidebook for understanding and creating great stories and plays. Aristotle discusses key elements like plot, character and spectacle, emphasizing the importance of a well-structured and emotionally engaging narrative. He also introduces the idea of catharsis, the emotional release that audiences experience through art. Poetics and overview. Aristotle's Poetics defines different kinds of poetry. It explains the structure of a good poem and considers poetry as a form of imitation. He defines poetry as a medium of imitation that tries to represent life through character, emotion and action. Further, he classifies poetry into broad categories such as epic poetry, tragedy, comedy, dithyrambic poem and kinds of music. Aristotle says that tragedy evolves from the effort of a poet to present men as nobler or better than they are in real life. Comedy, on the other hand, represents a lower life and reveals human being to be worse than they are. Epic poetry, according to Aristotle, imitates noble men like in tragedy, but has only 1 meter, unlike tragedy, which is written in a variety of meters and is narrative in form. Aristotle lays out 6 elements of tragedy. Plot. So there are certain things which have different names. So plot has a different name, that is mythos. Character, ethos. Thought, dianoia. Diction, lexis. Melody, melos and spectacle, opsis. He argues that plot is the soul of tragedy because action is often highest significance in a drama. Aristotle says that all other elements are subsidiary. Further, he maintains that a plot must have a beginning, middle and end. It must have universal significance and should maintain unities of theme and purpose. Aristotle says that poets should keep in mind 4 significant points in approaching characterization. First, the hero must be good and hence should manifest a moral purpose in his speech. Second, the hero should have propriety or a manly valor. Thirdly, the hero must be true to life. Finally, the hero must be consistent. Aristotle observes that tragedy and epic fall into the same categories: simple, complex, ethical or pathetic. However, Aristotle maintains that there are few differences between tragedy and epic. First, an epic does not employ song or spectacle or achieve its cathartic effect, and second, epic cannot be presented or read in a single sitting, whereas tragedy is usually for a single viewing. Aristotle also lays out his theory of mimesis in poetics. He says that the poet must imitate things as they are thought to be, or things as they are ought to be. He observes that the poet also imitates in action and in language. He says that errors creep in when the poet imitates incorrect, or when the poet accidentally makes an error, a factual error, for instance. However, Aristotle does not believe that factual errors spoil the entire work. He says that the errors that compromise the unity of a given work are more serious. Aristotle concludes by addressing the question whether epic or tragedy is a higher form, contrary to the opinions of the critics of his time, who used to argue that tragedy was superior to epic because it has all the elements of epic along with the spectacle and music to an indulgent pleasure for the audience. Here we have Aristotle's views on a tragedy. The centerpiece of Aristotle's Poetics is his examination of tragedy. Aristotle indicates that the medium of tragedy is drama and not narrative. He says that tragedy is higher and more philosophical than history, because history simply relates what has happened, while tragedy dramatizes what may happen, what is possible according to the law of probability or necessity. He says that history deals with the particular and a tragedy with the universal. Real events that have happened may be due to accident or coincidence, and they may not be a part of a clear cause effect chain. Therefore they have little relevance for others. Tragedy, on the other hand, is rooted in the fundamental order of the universe, and it creates a cause and effect chain that clearly reveals what may happen at any time or place, because that is the way the world operates. Tragedy therefore arouses not only pity but also fear, because the audience can place themselves within this cause and effect chain. Aristotle considers plot as the first principle and the most important feature of tragedy. He defines plot as the arrangement of incidents. He implies that plot is not just the story, but the way incidents are presented to the audience. According to him, the outcome of the tragedy depends on a tightly constructed cause and effect chain of actions. He also considers that plot to be more important than the character and personality of the protagonist. Aristotle also considers the ideal structure of a good plot. He says that the plot must be a whole with a beginning, middle, and an end. The beginning is described as the starting point of the cause and effect chain. The middle and caused by earlier incidents and itself becomes the cause of incidents that follow it. The end must be caused by the preceding events and should resolve the problems created during the first two stages. Aristotle also says that the plot must be complete, having unity of action. By this, Aristotle implies that the plot must be structurally self-contained with the incidents bound together by internal necessity. Aristotle observes that the plot of a tragedy should be of a certain magnitude, both quantitatively, which means length, and quantitatively, seriousness. He argues that the plot should not be too brief, and the more incidents that the playwright can bring together in an organic unity the creator, the artist, artistic value and richness of the play. Aristotle says that the plot may be either simple or complex, although the complex plot is better according to him. Simple plot have only a change of fortune, which is a catastrophe, whereas complex plots have both a reversal and recognition and connected with the catastrophe. Aristotle is of the view that the plot must be of certain magnitude, neither too large nor too small. He also speaks about the unity of plot. For him, the unity consists in the structural union of the parts, which are so arranged that if one part is removed or displaced, the whole will be spoilt. Further, he says that fear and pity must be aroused in a tragedy by spectacular means, but it is better if they result from the inner structure of the play. Aristotle also theorizes on the character in a tragedy. He indicates that the character must be good. He also implies that character must be appropriate, the right type, that is, man should be brave and a woman should not necessarily be brave, but neither she should be unscrupulously clever. Aristotle further insists that character must be consistent, and he says that the plot should aim at either the necessary or the probable, so that the character will be credible. He says that the poet should not only preserve the type of character but also enable it. Another segment of Aristotle's view on tragedy is on thought. Aristotle maintains that thought consists of every effect that has to be produced by speech, proof, excitation of the feelings, or suggestion of importance. For him, thought is one of the causes of action, and it covers mind's activities from reasoning, perception and formulation of emotion. He further states that thought is expressed in a species in a tragedy and is therefore closely linked to diction. So diction refers to the choice and use of words and phrases in speech or writing, especially to express ideas and convey meaning. Diction is one of the elements in Aristotle's perception of tragedy. Diction covers language and its use, the way command, request, prayer, statement or question is expressed. So the video comes to an end. I hope you all liked this video. If you really did, then please do subscribe to my channel and press the bell notification and like the video, share the video and do a lovely comment on this video. Okay, see you in the next video. Bye bye.